We back in this motherfucker. First, y'all need to wake the fuck up.
50 Cent, wake up.
Wake the fuck up, nigga.
Go get the cake up.
Anyway, wake the fuck up, nigga. Fuck you talking about, nigga. Wake the fuck up, nigga. But hey, we got y'all heard about this shit with this girl, nigga? The Japan girl got stabbed 30 times and shit like that, right? So her ass like on camera and shit. So they was like wondering like what happened, and it was mainly cause she deserved that shit. Like, you feel me? She deserved that shit. You feel me? Y'all can see what I be into. I don't give a goddamn, nigga. I like fucking anime and shit. Yeah, suck a dick, nigga. Fuck you talk about, bitch ass nigga. But anyway, I made sure not to like finish it just to.
An incident that has left an entire country in a state of absolute shock. On the 11th of March 2025, a 22-year-old influencer by the name of Mogami was stabbed live on stream in broad daylight Japan. It's already quite rare to find a murder in this country, but what's even more rare is a violent crime of this nature, where the victim gets stabbed over 30 times.
Yeah,
so it's no wonder that people weren't just shocked, they were visibly confused.
Shit
Everyone's
got a
asking
little
themselves,
spooky out
how
there,
did this
bitch,
happen?
boy.
What led this person to commit such a violent act?
They
But
got
the publications are asking themselves the same questions, with many Western
hold
ones,
on.
like the New York Times, not having any of the important details when reporting on it, making this out to be yet another parasocial.
Yeah, hold on. I gotta ask co-pilot something, cause. Co-pilot.
Hey, Matthew. How's your afternoon shaping up?
Look, I wouldn't say okay, because this girl in Japan got stabbed 30 times and shit. How often does that happen?
Yikes, that's rough. Unfortunately, it happens more than we like to admit. Many people face these kinds of scams, especially on digital platforms. It's essential to stay alert and recognize the red flags.
Oh, wait. So you know exactly what situation I'm talking about? Damn. Good job. Sorry to cuss.
Yeah, I get it. It can definitely be awkward, but it happens more often than you'd think. People get creative with all kinds of excuses when it comes to splitting bills.
Man, yeah, she. You spoiling the video, girl. Y'all, I'll be back. Yo, stop acting, girl. Look at you. She look crazy, so she crazy, girl. She crazy, man. Listen, she crazy, but she was on point. What the fuck? She knew exactly what I was talking about. Damn, that shit's. Yo, get Edge, bro. I ain't gonna lie. I wasn't even like an Edge browser before, bro. Copilot, bro. I always like used it on the side and shit. But it was like Google was my main. I ain't gonna hold you. But nowadays I do more like searching on Edge and shit, because I can talk to that motherfucker while I'm doing it. That shit's perfect. Anyway, Google, you gonna have to catch up. I know they gonna do it, but Gemini gotta be able to do that at some point, bro. I got my own here, but I can't talk to it. You feel me? Like, I can't talk to this, but you know, shout out to the AI and shit like that. Let's get back to
some
it.
even saying that it's another case of misogyny, but it's not that simple. In fact, this incident goes back years. She knew the man and had a hand in making him gradually lose his...
Yeah, for those that may be random to see this and maybe think I'm being an asshole or some shit, this girl deserved it. You know, once you like get the story, even co-pilot kind of was like, yeah, she's wild. Well, AI even said like she was drugged, so I'm not saying she should have got killed for it. I kind of am saying that. I'm not saying I would do it though. This is what I'm saying. I wouldn't, I want to fuck my life up just to prove something to some bitch. Fuck that bitch. You feel what I'm saying? But anyways.
His mind up until this point. It doesn't get crazier than this.
She wasn't no angel, bro. It really don't get crazier. She was a piece of shit.
Let's talk about everything from the beginning. So let's do this. So Airi Sato was a 22-year-old live streamer who went by the name Mogami online. The website she used to stream was whowatch.tv. Japanese people typically call it Fuwatch. She was very active on there and was one of its top performers before...
Fuwatch, nigga? What the hell? I got a full screen of this shit just so I could, you feel me? Food watch.
Passing away, she had reached around the site she used to stream was whowatch.tv. Japanese
Whowatch.
people typically call it Fuwatch. She was very active on there and was one of its top performers. Before passing away, she had reached around 2,600 followers, which is apparently really big for this website. Her main area of expertise was just chatting streams, talking to her chat and interacting with them. Sometimes she'd do these creative challenges, going outdoors or talking to strangers, but in a nutshell, for her, it was all about her community. And speaking of community, this is where Kenichi Takano comes in. A 42-year-old man who had found her stream and really liked her personality. He had found her in December of 2021 and very quickly started to donate money to show his support. At his peak, he was donating over 100,000 yen a month. That is not a small amount of money today.
That's not the calc. Yeah, exactly. That's not the
being
count.
$674.
I forgot he
but
did
back
it.
then, when the yen was stronger, it was closer to
it was like
$1,000 per
bro.
month. This quickly caught Ai's attention
In
because
Japan, I think they get more money than us technically, so it wouldn't be as bad as like somebody here doing it. But then you gotta imagine it's a regular dude, bro.
Because at the time, she wasn't a full-time streamer yet. She was
drawing, bro.
Working at a restaurant. After having donated over 400,000 yen to her in the first few months of 2022, I decided to reach out to Takano directly and message him on the Line app. This is when they would first get in touch. For both of them, this was the beginning of the end. This is when their problematic relationship would start to take place. And now we have access to these conversations because they leaked after the incident. On September 2022, she would start to ask him to lend her money directly, not through tipping on the stream, directly to her bank account. One of the first examples of this was her saying that she forgot her wallet at her job and that she's really strapped for cash, saying that she'll pay him back as soon as the next day or the day after. She also specified, I want the money transferred to the cash card I have at home, preferably right now. This was at 7 p.m. on September 8th, 2022.
This part is like, whatever, a little lying bitch trying to get some money. Who gives a shit? That's not that deep. But it continues on.
Within a minute, Takano responded, can I just transfer it now? Asking how much do you need? And her saying that she needs a few tens of thousands of yen. But this was only the beginning. And guess what? Even though she said that she was going to repay him the day after or the day after that, she didn't. She only kept asking for more. Not even 6 days after saying that she had...
That's not that bad. We've seen bitches run off with money. But there's more. What they say? Wait, there's more. Fuck is you talking about?
Lost her wallet and needed a few thousands to last her for the next day. She went ahead and asked for another 20,000 yen. But she wouldn't take no for an answer. He said he couldn't do it with his card. And then she was like, well, what about...
The double up.
About a direct transfer from your bank account then. And Takano would
ouch.
Always find a way. She would do this almost every week for a while, right? Here asking for 50,000 yen. The amount would
it's going up.
Always keep going up, and the excuses would get crazier. Like, for example, this is a bad translation, but this is her pretty much saying that her sister's pregnant and she can't take care of the baby, so she needs money to help her. And still,
that's a bad lie, but it's going up. She ain't paying her back. That is other shit, but it did. If y'all saw what I saw earlier, it was like water. You see the water emoji shit? So it was like she was kind of trying to act like she was on some freaky shit with him. So like maybe she was stringing him along or something. I don't know. But let's keep going.
Takano would send her money. And around more than a month after starting to ask him for money, not only did she keep insisting, things started to get very disturbing. Takano would send Ai a message saying, I'm worried. And this was in relation to his financial situation.
He like, bitch, relax. Like, goddamn, ho, what's wrong with you? Bitch, I thought you was trying to work. I'm worried about how lazy your ass is.
Situation
like,
after giving her so much money. So she responded by saying, hey, where did you
at
get
least that's what I got from this shit. She said, though, hey, where did you get the money from? This is where I'm like, okay. We're getting into territory where she deserves to die.
The money from? And here's what he had to say. This right here is a bad translation.
Literally right after this shit. I'm sorry.
But what he's saying is Eiffel and Raiku, two of the biggest and most well-known loan companies in Japan.
He's loaning the money. At a certain point. At first he was paying. At first he was paying it like with his own bread. But, this goes on for week after week after week, month after month after month. I'm sure she's not giving him a fucking out. So he gets to loaning the money. Now, he's an idiot, but maybe imagine he's...